The Roman Republic, a time of trouble, a time of big change. From all this mess, a star was born. Julius Caesar, born into a rich and powerful family in 100 BC, his life would change history forever. Caesar was a go-getter, he was charming, and he was born to be great. Rome was a republic, but power was tricky. The Senate was in charge, but they were losing their grip. The people wanted a strong leader. Caesar, with his big wins in war and his popularity, seemed like the perfect guy. But becoming powerful is never easy. It's a road filled with fights and betrayals. Caesar's journey was just like that. He would face tough enemies, friends who would turn against him, and in the end, a very sad ending. His story reminds us that even the brightest stars can burn out. The first triumvirate. The Roman Republic was all about balance. But what happens when someone wants too much power? Here comes the first triumvirate: Julius Caesar, Pompey the Great, and Crassus. Three powerful men, each with their own plans. Caesar, the rising star, wanted glory. Pompey, the experienced general, wanted to hold on to his past wins. And Crassus, the richest man in Rome, wanted to be even more powerful. Together, they teamed up and changed Roman politics. But teams based on wanting power don't usually last. Crassus, wanting to be a war hero like Caesar, died in a battle far away in Parthia. His death broke up the triumvirate, leaving Caesar and Pompey ready to fight. Everything was set for a big showdown that would decide Rome's future. Caesar wanted it all. He wanted power and to be a famous war hero. His battles in Gaul, which is basically modern-day France, made him known as a brilliant general and a tough conqueror. For 10 long years, Caesar fought the Gauls. He faced tough warriors, difficult land, and even problems with his own men. But he never gave up. His victories, which he wrote about himself, showed he was a genius at war and great at leading soldiers. The Gallic Wars were more than just battles. They made Rome rich and bigger. More importantly, they made Caesar a hero to the people and a dangerous man to his enemies. The Senate, already worried about his power, didn't like his wins one bit. Crossing the Rubicon, the Republic divided. It was time for a fight. Caesar, back from his wins in Gaul, stood at the Rubicon River. This river was the border between his land and Italy. Crossing it with his army would be against the law. But Caesar, wanting power and maybe believing it was his destiny, said the famous words, "The die is cast," and marched his army across the river. Rome was now in a civil war. Caesar's army fought against those loyal to the Republic, led by his old friend Pompey. It was a huge fight, a battle for Rome itself. The civil war went on for years with lots of death and destruction. Caesar won, beating Pompey at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BC. Pompey, once a very important man in Rome, ran away to Egypt where he was killed. Caesar had beaten his enemies, but it cost a lot. The Republic was in ruins. Caesar's reforms, a vision for a new Rome. Caesar, now the boss of Rome, started to change the city. He made new rules to make his power stronger, fix problems and bring order back to the Republic. He made people in Rome's conquered lands citizens, spreading Roman law and making everyone feel like they belonged. He changed the calendar, making the Julian calendar, which we still use today. He started building projects, giving people jobs and making the city better. Not everyone liked Caesar's changes. Some thought they were good and necessary. Others thought he was just trying to become a king. The Senate was angry and scared. This set the stage for what would happen next. The Ides of March whispers of conspiracy. Powerful people often get paranoid. Caesar, even though he won many battles, was no different. He had beaten his enemies in war, but people were always whispering about plots against him. The Senate hated him. Some senators, led by Brutus and Cassius, planned to kill Caesar because they thought he was dangerous for the Republic. They thought Caesar wanted too much power. Him becoming dictator for life was against everything Rome stood for. March 15th, the Ides of March, was coming. Someone had warned Caesar about the Ides of March, but he ignored it. He would soon learn that even the most powerful men can't avoid their fate.